Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be teaching about the rest parameter and how to use it with the function. So as you know, for a rest parameter, what it indicates is when a function can accept more than 2 or 3 or rather indefinite number of arguments or parameters. This is called a rest parameters. What it does is it will collect all these indefinite number of arguments and collect it into an array and then do the task, set about doing the task for the function. Like in this particular scenario, we will be talking about using 3 arguments, 2 arguments, 1 argument, no argument, more than 4 arguments, and so on and so forth. And whenever there are more number of arguments, more than 3 arguments or more than 2 arguments, or whatever be the number of arguments, let's say n number of arguments, then the last argument, let's say if it is n in a rest parameter, we would be showing the 3 dots before the last argument as a way to say that that's the last one which will go into that array of n number of arguments. So here you have to show the result with 3 arguments, 0, 1, 2, 4 arguments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 arguments and no arguments. That's how you have to test. So let's set about doing this. Const sum is a given function which has 3 arguments x, y, z, and this has to be put into the arguments array. So what we do by using the shortcut of rest parameter, what it does is put the 3 dots and then arguments. That means arguments, there are lots of arguments, out of which args or arguments will be the last one. So in this case we can write the short form args, yeah, and then in the arrow function there's no need to write again the const args as a array, because automatically when you do this ... args, it will automatically collect all the arguments, whatever n number of arguments, and then it will collect and put it inside a arguments array. So we don't need to write that const array again. So now you have the return arguments or return args dot reduce. So this is a task to be done. So what is the task the function need to achieve is whatever be the number of arguments, you need to do the addition to it. You need to add rather all the arguments present inside. So if it's a, b, then you have to add a plus b, something like that. And whatever, let's say there are n number of arguments, so all the n number of arguments need to be added. Then do not forget to add into this code console log, because once you do console log, you can actually see the output on the screen, right? So console log for the sum, because that's what you need to test if your rest parameter is working or not, by doing console log for the sum. So console log sum. Okay. So let's do that, console log sum, and in the meantime, thanks to all those who are staying subscribed to my channel. And if you're not yet subscribed, do remember to smash that subscribe button and smash that like button too, so that I can keep making such free tutorials. So let's start testing it by putting the different values that is provided in the tests. Okay, so console log sum. So let me check for console log sum the 3 arguments or 4 arguments. Let's say in this case 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's one of the tests provided in the question. So it should be ideally adding a 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, right? Which is 10. That's the easiest sum I've seen in my life. Okay, it could be not necessarily 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, it could be any number. Okay, so this is 10. You could have like indefinite number of arguments. That's the idea of rest parameters. Like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus ... I mean n number of arguments. So now we try to test the result for 0, 1, 2. Oh, that should be 3, right? 0 plus 1 plus 2, so it should be 3. So like that you can test for the different scenarios. So let's try that out and check the test. This is just to check if our rest parameter is working fine. Okay, so 0, 1, 2. There you go. 0, 1, 2. Simple, right? So this is a simple example, so you feel that it's easy. 3, because you can manually add or multiply whatever. And remember, this is not just for adding, it could be subtracting, division, multiplication, any kind of task. Okay, so let's do the result of sum null, that is sum empty. So that means where there is no parameters, obviously the addition would yield 0, right? So let's even try that out. There's nothing, so there's no arguments here. So now let's console log for that. Okay, in this case I did for one argument, which is 5, then also it will be just 5, nothing to add. We can also try for console log for nothing, it will come out to 0. So whatever, in other words, whatever condition is given here, sample scenarios are given here in the question, you can try that out. I tried with one argument, and now I tried with no argument, so that will give 0 because nothing to add. One argument, it will just add that with 0. So 5 was just 5 plus 0, 0 will be nothing. Okay, so in this case, this is how. So you can try with any type of options, any number of arguments. This will be how you can test it out. You can even test it out with your own kind of scenario. It will still yield the result, the appropriate result for summing the arguments. So this is how you use the rest parameter in your function. Life becomes so much easier, right, for you doing your task. So remember again to smash that subscribe button and the bell notification. Okay, let's test it out. Let's run the button and see. Yes, you passed. Cranked it all up. Okay, so now see you in the next lesson. Stay subscribed.